we are discussing on a structure design. I think we designed one building. And it's an output report of the analysis. And we discussed about the top reinforcement and a bottom reinforcement, right? So I just want to show you a typical diagram of beam. Look at this. It's a table. You need to make a table like that for plinth beam, first floor beam, second floor beam. I denoted here PB means it is a table for plinth beam. So we just set a numbering like PB1, PB2, PB3, PB4 for all the beams. If 2, 3 or 4 some beams are same, length of the beam is same, and the reinforcement is also same on that beam, then we can provide a same name to those beams like PB1, 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 and then PB1, PB2, PB2, like that. We just need to provide name of the beam, size in the terms of depth, depth and width, like 230 by 300. We need to provide reinforcement continuous bar and reinforcement extra bar. In continuous bar, you need to provide top continuous and bottom continuous. In extra bar, you need to provide top extra bars and a bottom extra bar. In stirrup, you need to provide two different. If there is no difference throughout the length in a spacing of the stirrup, no need to provide two different column. If there is a difference in the spacing, like in near support, there may be a more shear force, so we need to provide stirrups in less spacing. At the balance span means at the center of that particular beam, there is negligible shear force or minimum shear force. So we need to provide stirrup in somehow far distance. Okay, the more distance in between center to center. So in that condition, we will provide near support and balance span. Let's provide like serial number 1, PB1, 230 by 300, top continuous 2 bars of 12 mm dia, bottom continuous 2 bars of 12 mm dia, top extra 2 bars of 10 mm dia, bottom extra 2 bars of 10 mm dia, like that. And 85 at the rate 150 m center to center. It means 8 mm dia bar at the rate of 150 m center to center distance we need to place it. And it is a typical beam section. You need to provide a continuous bar like that. It's a continuous, top continuous, and top extra. Here also top extra, bottom continuous and bottom extra. This we need to provide that diagram so that site engineer can understand easily. And the distance is from face of the column to the end of the bar, 0.25 L. And here also 0.25 L, 0.1 L or 1.5 we can provide it. And in the next support, there is also 0.15 L. What about the slab? When we design slab, then we will come to know about the slab reinforcement. But look at this, we need to provide a table like that. Slab S1, whether it is two-way or one-way, we need to tell. Thickness of the slab, reinforcement along the short span, and reinforcement along the longer span. And it's a typical floor slab diagram. So like that we will make. Okay guys, it's all about the beam. What about the column? Look at this detail of column, serial number 1 2 3, column number we need to provide C1 C2 C3. If the columns are same, if there are 4 or 5 columns which has the same reinforcement, same in size, then we node with the same name C1 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 and write in a one row C1, column size 200 by 300 or whatever it is. Main reinforcement, you need to provide 6 bars of 12 mm dia, or according to the output result we need to provide it. Column section, cross section and the arrangement of the bar and stirrup. Look at this, I just provided 4 bars at the corners and 2 bar at the center. 4 at the corner 12 mm dia and 2 at the center of the column of 12 mm dia, which is C1. Detail of the tie, if there are so many ties like 2 leg, 3 leg, 4 leg or 6 leg, then you need to provide, there is a diamond tie, so you need to provide a detail of the tie. And what are the tie spacing? 8 mm bar at the rate of 150 mm center to center distance I have provided in the column C1. And a grade of concrete you can provide in a beam and column also. What are the grade of concrete? If the column is circular, then you need to provide a detail, dia of the column, number of bars, what are the arrangement and stirrups. And in general concrete nodes, you need to write down concrete shall be of M20 nominal or whatever it is what you are providing, grade of the steel. Suppose you are providing a 500, so Fe 500. And what are the cover? Cover you can mention in this table also. Just make a column, different column for cover and provide C1. Cover will be 40 mm, 40 mm, whatever. Okay, like you can write down here also. Column 40 mm cover, footing 50 mm cover, slab 15 mm cover, beam 25 mm cover, and other details from the IS code which you are using. It's a data for footing. Footing number F1, F2, F3, footing size 1200 mm by 1200 mm, depth of the footing, D2. If the footing is trapezoidal, then we need to provide D1 and D2 depth up to the uniform thickness and up to the sloped thickness. Then what are the bars you are providing in a longer span, like 13 numbers of bar I am providing of 10 mm dia, or you can write it in a center to center distance, like provide 10 mm dia bar at the rate of 100 mm center to center distance or 150 mm center to center distance, like that, and along the shorter span or along the X and Z. Just denote what is X and what is Z in this particular typical diagram, and what are the grade of concrete you are using to construct that particular footing. It's a center line plan of footing. You need it for the layout. In this, I just denoted what is where I'm providing C1 and F1. C1 means column number 1, C1 column, and F1 is footing 1, F1. C2, F2. Like these columns are of same size and there are same reinforcement. So I just denoted C1, 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 C1 to all the columns. The columns are of same size and having same reinforcement. So I just denoted C2, 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 F2, C2, F2, like that. These columns are of same size, so I just denoted as C3, F3, C3, F3. Like that you can denote the columns if they are in same size and having same reinforcement. So we just need to provide same name and write down in a single row. For beams also, we need to provide a name like PB1, PB2, PB2. If beams are of same size and having same reinforcement like PB1 and PB1, so we can denote these beams with the same name, PB1, PB1, PB2. Where the reinforcement is same, I just denoted as PB1. Where the reinforcement is different, so I just denoted it with PB2. Like that, you can provide up to PB1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Depends on the variation of the reinforcement. Is there any doubt?
सर फाउंडेशन का एरिया कैसे डिसाइड करते हैं सर?
फाउंडेशन का एरिया हम फाउंडेशन डिजाइन अभी पढ़ने वाले हैं, तो वहां पर आपको सॉफ्टवेयर खुद ही निकाल के देगा कि कितना फाउंडेशन आने वाला है, राइट? एरिया
नहीं सर, कितने लोडिंग कैसे पता चलेगा सर? इतना लोडिंग आएगा?
लोडिंग तो हमने ऑलरेडी सॉफ्टवेयर को दे रखा है, सारे लोड लगा रखे हैं, तो वो उसमें से ले लेगा लोड जो भी मैक्सिमम होगा। ओके आप यहाँ पर उसमें भी देख सकते हैं, जैसे जो रिएक्शन आ रहा है ना, जो मैक्सिमम रिएक्शन आएगा सपोर्ट पे, उस पर्टिकुलर रिएक्शन के लिए आपका फाउंडेशन डिजाइन होगा मैक्सिमम रिएक्शन के लिए, राइट?
हाँ सर।
एनी अदर डाउट?
नो सर।
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, yesterday I asked you about this interactive RC designer.
Interactive RC design.
Yes, sir. What's the difference between designing in this and in that?
If we are designing with the interactive concrete design, like from this tab, okay? This is
sir.
RC designer. So it will consider a beam with a linear beam, okay? Like in this table where we are seeing results, like in this output, where is the output file? It shows a result for individual beam. It will not continue the beams, okay? And in the interactive design, it will consider a beam like length along the length and show you a result along the full length of the beam. If there is a 3 beam in a row, then it will provide a reinforcement along that.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Like there is two beams. So in the normal concrete design, there are two beams, different beams, and it will show a reinforcement for different beam, okay? For the first beam, it will show a different reinforcement. For the second beam, it will show a different reinforcement. But in an interactive design, it will consider as a single beam and shows a result like that.
Okay. So which is so we should use only this method while designing?
Yeah, it is better and easy. We just need to configure the data. If you provide with a this particular interactive design, there is no problem. You can provide it. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Any other doubt? Shall I go further for the foundation design? Okay. For foundation design, just click on foundation design over here and include all load cases from this table. Just click on include all. When you click on include all, it will come in a selected load case. And just click on the run stat.foundation button. New software will open, which is stat.foundation v8i. Okay. And now we are providing an input data For that, just go to job setup over here, click on that plus icon and go to the create a new job. When you click on create a new job, new window will open here, data input pan. You need to provide a job name. I'm providing isolated because I'm designing a isolated footing. Job type, select job type here, isolated for the isolated footing. Design code, select Indian design code. Default unit type will be SI unit. We are using SI unit for the design. Okay. It support assignment, it will be in a assigned to all support. Now look at this. In a available load case, there are all the load case, which are the individual load case and combination. So I just prefer select all the combination load case over here. We will not consider the individual load case in a design. We just consider all the generated or combined load cases. Select all the combined load case. Selected and click on the first arrow. So in the top table, there are individual forces, and in a selected load case, we just select only combined load cases and then click on create job. When you click on create job, look at this. There is a new job which is isolated footing job. Just click on that particular plus sign and again in the plus sign. Now look at this concrete and rebar. Just click on the concrete and rebar and provide all the details. Unit weight of the concrete, it will be 25 for RCC. Minimum bar spacing, maximum bar spacing, I am taking 300 mm. Concrete of the strength of the concrete. Here you need to provide the grade of concrete. I am 20-25. The unit is in Newton per mm square. So just provide only 20, 25 or 30, whatever you are using. Yield strength of the steel, I'm using 500 Newton per mm square. Okay. Minimum size of bar, I just want to use 10 mm as minimum size of bar. Maximum size of bar, I just want to use 20 mm as maximum size of the bar. Right. Now go to cover and soil. Just click on this. Soil type, you need to provide whether it is a drained condition or undrained condition. If there is no water, soil is dry, then provide drained condition. If there is a water in a footing where you are constructing a footing, there is water, so provide undrained condition. Bottom clear cover, it should be not less than 50 mm. Minimum is 50 mm. Unit weight of the soil, it depends on the soil condition. I am providing 18 kilonewton per meter square. Just first find out what are the unit weight where you are constructing a building and provide here during designing. Soil bearing capacity, it is also depends on the site condition. What is the bearing capacity? Just you need to find out it or ask to the geological department or any other department who do this work about the soil testing work. Unit weight and soil bearing capacity. Depth of the soil above footing, it is a depth of the footing from ground to the top surface of the footing. That depth from ground level to top surface of the footing, it is asking. I'm just providing 1500 mm. Surcharge for loading, if there is any other loading above the ground, then you can provide it or ignore it. Depth of the water table, cohesion, undrained shear strength, minimum percentage contact area, it all depend on the soil and the condition. Just find out all the data and provide here. Okay. Then go to footing geometry. In a footing geometry, first it will ask you for footing type. So footing will be uniform thickness and sloped thickness. So just select which you want to design, like uniform or sloped. For the time being, I'm selecting uniform thickness. Once you please try with the sloped thickness also. Okay. Then what are the design type? Calculate dimension, set dimension, fixed width, fixed length. If you are in a calculate dimension and providing a minimum length, minimum width, minimum thickness, maximum length, maximum width, and maximum thickness. So software will calculate the dimensions in between the minimum and maximum range. You can provide the minimum range and maximum range according to your comfort. Okay. If you keep it in a set dimension, all the maximum data is read, and now you can provide only the minimum one. Which data you will provide in a minimum, like I am providing a 2000 mm minimum length, 2000 mm minimum width, and thickness is 400 mm. So software will calculate that particular size only, whether it is pass or not. If it is pass, then it will give you a data. If it is fail, then it will show you footing design is failed for the given data. What is fixed width? Where we will fix the width. If you are providing a minimum width as 2000 mm or whatever, what is the other data like 2000 mm or 2500 mm or 3000 mm, so it will just calculate the width for that and provide you that particular data only. If you are providing a 3000 mm as a minimum width, so it will show you in a result as 3000 mm only, because width is fixed. We fixed it. In a fixed length, we fix the length. Which length you will provide in a minimum data, it will show you like that data only. I just prefer a calculate dimension and provide maximum length, maximum width, maximum thickness, plan dimension increment. Suppose I am providing a plan dimension increment as 50 mm. So it will try for the 50 mm more as maximum length provided here. Suppose I am providing a maximum length 6000. So it will check for 6000 and show you a data. If the footing is fail, if your footing is fail in a 6000 mm data, so it will check for 6050. The plan dimension increment I just provided 50 mm, so it can increase up to 50 mm. Thickness increment also 50 mm, so it will check for the 50 mm more, which we have provided in a maximum data. What about the offset? If there is footing and which is if there is a column above the footing and which is not in a center of that particular footing, so we need to provide the offset. It's a column and it is at the center. If this column is not in a center and somehow like that, so we need to provide the distance from that center to the center of the footing, which is offset. If like that, this footing is, if that column is in at that position, then you need to provide this one distance. It's in X, it's in Z. Offset from X direction and offset Z direction. What are the length width ratio? If you are providing 1, then it will be a square footing. In this example, (1200 by 1200) length width ratio is 1. 1200 by 1400 length width ratio will be somehow different. So just we need to provide that ratio. If I am providing 1, then it will show a square footing. I am providing 1 here. Go to sliding and overturning. Coefficient of friction 0.5. You can provide according to the soil condition. Just find out what is it, 0.3, 0.4, where it can vary. Factor of safety against overturning, 1.5 is default. If you want more factor of safety against sliding, you can increase this. Factor of safety against overturning. If you want more uh, factor of safety against overturning, then you can increase. Then go to design. Yes. If you click on design, and yes, it will start to calculate the dimensions. It will take some time. In output data process will start processing load case like that. Now go to the detail and schedule drawing. When you click on detail and schedule drawing, it will show you a detailed drawing and a schedule drawing. I'm in a detailed drawing now. You can change a footing number. Suppose I will select a footing number 1 and scroll the mouse, it will show you a reinforcement. I just provided there depth of soil above footing 1500 mm, 1.5 meter, this much distance. Dimension of the footing 2.25 meter. And what about the top reinforcement in X direction, 10 mm bar at the rate of 210 mm center to center distance. What about the Z, 10 mm bar, 210 mm center to center distance. Cover is 50 mm. And what about the bottom reinforcement at the plan, 10 mm bar, 175 mm center to center distance in X direction. 10 mm bar at the rate of 160 mm center to center distance at the Z direction. If you change the footing number, like for footing number 6, the data will also change according to condition. What are the thickness of the footing? 0.4 mm. Go to schedule drawing. In a schedule drawing, look at this. This one is a typical diagram. ST, XT, X direction top reinforcement, ZT, Z direction top reinforcement, XB, X direction bottom reinforcement, ZB, Z direction bottom reinforcement, and a cover. You will find out the data in the table. Foundation mark F1, F2, F3, like that, column number, and what are the column or pedestal size above that footing, 0.35, 0.35, 350 by 350 mm. And what are the size of the footing or foundation? L is the length, B is the width, and D is the depth. Cover, STX, all the reinforcement are here. Go to GA drawing and you will find out all the footing layouts like that. Look at this, footing is overlapping to each other. So we need to provide combined footing here. Here also 3 footings are overlapping each other. So we need to combine all these 3 footings. We need to combine these 2 footings and 3 footings. And these are the dimensions of the footing. Go to the calculation sheet and look at this. It's a calculation sheet. You can refer it to check all the data and clause number which are used by the software. What are the formula used by the software? What are the criteria used by the software? Load, what are the load combinations, load case, and what is the maximum load? All the data is here. Just try to read once. Okay, guys, any doubt? Can we design combined footing, isolated footing at the one time, like in one building? We can design it, but we need to save this data first and then create a new case of combined design. At the one time, it will not show you a combined and isolated footing both. We need to save this isolated footing first, and then we need to design a combined footing. Just go to job setup, create a new job, and create a combined new job. New job for combined footing. Okay, Shahid. Any other doubt? Harshil? Satish?
No, sir.
During the lecture, please have a pen and paper or any diary, and please note down important terms, okay? Your homework is just please try to do a combined footing. Go to the new setup, provide combine, select a combined footing, select all load case, and try to do once. How we can design the combined footing here, okay? It's your homework. Any doubt again? If you don't have doubt, then shall I end the session? Sir, it's compulsory to provide top reinforcement because I was seeing some drawing which had only bottom reinforcement. Yes, the load, if there is load is very low, we are designing only one floor or two floor, then no need to provide a top reinforcement. But good practice is to provide the top and bottom reinforcement both. In very big structure, we provide both top and bottom. Okay. Mr. Nigel, you are doing job now? Okay, Shahid. I shared you, Satish, previous lecture. Please go and check your email and go to the social folder there, okay? Open the email and go to the social folder and you will find out Design Bricks has shared the video, session 12, like that. Yes, I'm talking about the last session, session 12.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So even if it's a sloped footing, it will show top reinforcement.
Yeah, it will show top reinforcement for the sloped footing
Okay.
also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys, shall I end the session? Or any other doubt? Hello, Nigel. Are you there? Okay. Any doubt? Good. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining this session. And please do practice. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.